What's up, everybody? It's Jamel Gibbs, your family-oriented entrepreneur. Listen, today I'm gonna walk you through a property that I picked up on auction.com. This is a property that I've been showing you guys over the last few weeks, where I picked it up for $88,000, renegotiated the price down to $75,000. But today I'm gonna walk you guys through the property and see what you guys think about it. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, so this property is a pretty nice property on a nice street. You got some nice houses on this block. That's what attracted me to this particular house itself. But what we're planning on doing right off the bat is we're gonna do the roof. We don't have to replace the windows, but there's one window right here with a hole in it. Might be a bullet hole, I'm not sure. It actually looks just like, I think somebody threw a rock through it. It don't look like a bullet hole. But we gotta replace that window, and we also gotta replace the siding on this property as well. Now, I did have a contractor come out right before we started shooting this video, and we kind of went through all of this stuff already. My contractor that I work with, he understands exactly how I like to do my rehabs. So we had a chance to walk through the property together. He just couldn't stay because he got another project that we're working on that he had to go to. But we're gonna do the roof, we're gonna do the siding, and we're gonna replace this window right here. And there's a couple other things I wanna show you inside that we're gonna do as well. Let's go in. Now, I'm gonna tell you a couple of things that we're gonna be doing inside this property to enhance the way the property looks, all right? Another thing I wanna talk about is, you know, what you need to look out for in order to be able to maximize your dollars in any rehab that you do. Now, we bought this property for $88,000. We ended up renegotiating the price down because of the way the property was listed on auction.com. I was able to get that price down $13,000 because of the way they listed it, all right? They listed it as a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. This is actually a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and there is a bonus room upstairs, but you can't count it as a bedroom. So it's still additional space upstairs, but I was able to get that price down $13,000 just because they made a mistake and I was able to benefit from it. If I plan on rehabbing this house, which again, I just had the contractor come through, and you know, he walked through the property with me. We talked about everything that we wanted to do. I also have another investor who's a buyer coming through tomorrow, and he's planning on making me an offer for $20,000 more than what I paid for the property. So if I look at the numbers, if I'm gonna make $40,000 to $50,000 on a rehab and it's gonna take me 4 to 5 months, I'm probably gonna go the route of wholesaling it and taking the $20,000. In way less time, I could still make a lot of money on this particular deal without doing the work. I could move it and then go on to the next deal, take that money, move on to the next deal, and get something else going on. So let me know in the comment section, what would you guys do? Would you wholesale it or would you rehab it based on a $20,000 profit or $50,000 profit that's gonna take you 5 months to get? Think about that and think like an investor when you do leave a comment below. I do like this area. I'm gonna say that. I do like this particular area. I think that this area is great for rental properties. I think that is a growing area as well. It's close to downtown. I might end up keeping it, who knows? But the way that I approach properties, I first look at the wholesale option, how much money I can make on that. I then look at the fix and flip opportunity, and I also look at the rental property opportunity, and I just see where I'm gonna max out my profit potential on every property that I go into. This one has all three. So I can make $20,000 now, 40 to 50 later, or I can make an easy, $300 to $500 a month in passive income just by keeping it. So just keep that in mind and leave a comment in the comment section. Once again, let me know what you would do if you were me on this property. But let's walk through. Stepping back over here, first thing we're gonna do is take out all of this paneling, right? If you see any paneling inside a property, the property is dated, all right? This is like a 70s and 80s look. I don't want that look in this property. So what we're doing is we're gutting out all of this stuff, and we plan on putting a new sheetrock throughout the entire place, ceiling included. We got the popcorn ceiling, but this stuff needs to come out. Now, I walked through with the contractor, and he told me that this whole property is structurally sound. What we're missing in this property is an HVAC system. So we got the furnace downstairs, but we don't have the cooling part of it. So I'm gonna add a new furnace, and I'm gonna add a new HVAC system, in addition to new wiring throughout the whole house. We're also gonna add all new plumbing in the whole house, a new roof. We don't have to replace the windows. I mentioned that before. This window right here looked like somebody threw a rock through the window. So we are gonna replace this particular window right here. And again, we're gonna rip all of this out. So this is gonna look like a new construction home. The good thing about this street, there's new construction that was built literally a couple of houses down. So that's helping the comps in the area. It's helping the comparable sales. So I could get north of $200,000 just because those houses down there were recently built. So again, we're gonna gut all this out. What we're planning on doing right here is moving this wall. This wall right here is a bearing wall. That's a load bearing wall. So what that means is that's the wall that's holding up the house. If you touch this wall and you don't support it, let's say we open up a window on this wall and we don't add another support beam, the whole house could cave in, right? This wall is not a load bearing wall. So we plan on removing this, and then it's gonna be completely open here on the floor plan. So we're gonna add new cabinets in here. We're gonna remove that back door right there, and we're gonna knock that wall down. So it's gonna open up this entire space, add more cabinet space in the kitchen, and this is gonna be the new back door right here that we're gonna focus on. We're also gonna remove this chimney wall. So this is a chimney behind here. We're gonna bust this whole thing out, and it's gonna square it off. So right here is where it's gonna end. We're gonna bust this whole thing out and remove the chimney out, okay? So it's just gonna create more space in this whole area and allow us to add more cabinets in the kitchen. We might be able to add a island or something like that right here, or just leave this as a big eat-in kitchen or a dining space right here. But either way, it'll create more of an open floor plan going through the property. It'll give it more appeal when you look at it. Let's go over here. So in this bathroom, what we're planning on doing is gutting the whole thing out. We're gonna add a new tub surround, maybe some, we're gonna add a brand new tub, not a surround, my apologies, but we are gonna add new tile, new mirror, new flooring, new everything in this bathroom. So it's gonna be completely gutted out, sheetrock and everything, and it's gonna look like a new construction bathroom as well. This is gonna be your master bedroom. This is a good sized bedroom. Again, structurally sound. You can see the property has window units. So we need to add HVAC up in here in order to give it that new construction feel and also be more efficient with the air. So we're gonna gut this whole room out, walls and all, and we're gonna go ahead and give it that new construction feel in here. On the floor, we plan on going with LVP, so luxury vinyl planks. There is hardwood flooring underneath here, but we're not gonna use those hardwood floors because by the time we repair hardwood floors versus putting in luxury vinyl planks is gonna give it a newer look. It doesn't make sense to repair floors. In my opinion, it doesn't make sense to repair old floors. It's just gonna take up more time when we could just slap down some new planks. In this room over here, you can see we got a little hallway right here, but this is another bedroom that we have. And same thing, this is more carpet and paint. We're gonna bust out these walls, add the new construction. No skim coating in this house because these walls are pretty old. We're just gonna bust it all out and add new sheetrock and call it a day. It's gonna look like brand new construction by the time you add the new sheetrock and the luxury vinyl planks with the new trim all the way around, the molding. It's gonna look like new construction, okay? Let's go upstairs. Now upstairs is the bonus room. Let's go up here. Now again, They were counting this as a bedroom. Why is this not a bedroom? Simple. The ceilings aren't high enough, right? You got in North Carolina, and when I was in Pennsylvania, it was the same thing. You got to have at least 7.5, 8-foot ceilings for a room to be considered a bedroom. You got to have closet, you got to have a window, and you got to have some type of heating source in order for it to be a bedroom as well. So in North Carolina, if you don't have at least 7-foot ceilings, 8-foot ceilings, if you don't have all of those other things, a closet, heating and air, if you don't have a window in the place as well, then it won't be considered a bedroom. And here you have storage. Those could be considered closets. You have the heating source, baseboard heat down at the bottom. You have the windows, but what are you missing? Look around. Look behind me. The ceiling is not high enough. So this isn't considered to be a bedroom. This is considered to be a bonus room. So that still adds value to the property, but I can't call it a bedroom at the end of the day. So we plan on just, again, sheetrocking this whole room, adding luxury vinyl planks. The windows are in good shape up here, and that's just gonna take care of this up here. You know, this is gonna be a pretty easy fix. So another thing we need to do is add a railing right here for safety. If we don't have a railing right here, somebody could fall down there and hurt themselves, especially if I'm gonna rent the property out. The last thing I wanna do is somebody to get hurt on the property itself. So I'm gonna make sure it's safe, all right? So whether I'm gonna flip it or we're gonna rent it or whatever the case may be, if I'm gonna wholesale it, I'm not doing nothing. But if I'm gonna fix and flip or rent the place, I'm gonna make sure it's safe at the same time, all right? So let's go back downstairs. So right here, you got the return vent that I'm standing on. Even though there isn't an HVAC system in the house, you do have the return vent right there. So that helps out when it comes to adding new ductwork and all of that stuff in the basement. Let's go downstairs to the basement. Be careful on these stairs, bro. They're a little wobbly. So another thing we got to do, just so y'all know, we got to strengthen these stairs up. So I'm mid 200s. I'm 250 pounds, right? All muscle, baby. But no, I'm 250 pounds, and if I shake, if I'm walking down the stairs are shaking, right? So you got to be careful with walking down these stairs. So with that, we got to strengthen up these stairs. I think by us adding a handrail or something like that is going to help strengthen the staircase coming down to the basement. My contractor did suggest that we go ahead and finish off this basement. In my opinion, yeah, we have enough ceiling height down here in order to do that. We might be able to add value to it. I do have Casey, my realtor from the other video, coming to check out this basement and see what we should do. I don't think that we need all new plumbing in this house. If I were to keep this property as a long-term rental, I would 100% replace all of the plumbing, right? Because you don't want to have, whenever you're doing a property, you don't want to have headaches at the end of the day, right? So you want to eliminate as many headaches as possible. So it's better to just go ahead and redo everything if you plan on keeping a property for more than 5 years. If you're fixing and flipping, you could probably get away with, you know, having the new owner do this. But me personally, I also would do it if I were fixing and flipping, just to provide a product that's going to be, that somebody's going to be happy with when they make that purchase. So remember, whenever you're fixing and flipping, your name is on it, right? So if I fix and flip and I do a sloppy job, to me, you can't build a brand that way, right? You can't build a brand by offering a product that's not conducive to what you want your name to be, right? If you're fixing and flipping, do the right thing, just replace the stuff if it's within your budget. If it's not, make sure you buy right. Make sure that you work your numbers before you make your offer, so that when you do make your offer, the numbers are already in there for you to be able to do it. If you're buying and holding, make sure you do it right anyway, because you don't want no phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning from tenants because they got plumbing issues or electric issues or the roof is leaking. You just want to get everything done the right way up front. Always keep that in mind when you're doing these types of projects. So down here, I think the ceilings are relatively low, but my contractor feels like, these ceilings are high enough for this to be a room. I'm a little skeptical with that. So I don't know, I gotta make a decision on, and plus I didn't add that into my budget. But if it's gonna add additional square footage to the home, and we do have a walkout door right here to the backyard, if it's gonna add that extra square footage, it may be worth it if it's gonna allow me to increase the value of the property and get more money for it. We got another room back here. You can come back here and see it. It's just open space. You can use it for storage or whatever the case may be. But this is just an additional room. I could actually knock this whole thing down. This could be anything. You could turn this into a game room if you wanted to for your kids. You could turn it into anything. We got to seal this up down here. There's probably a good space for laundry, to be honest with you. Probably a good laundry room area. But that's going to allow snakes in, all kinds of rodents and all kinds of stuff into the house. So we got to make sure we seal that up or put something there that's going to allow those things to stay outside. Let's go outside real quick. Let's go check out the deck. Another thing I wanted to mention, this house has oil heating. You can see the oil tank right here. We're getting rid of that and putting forced air. That is going to cost us a little bit more money, but it's going to increase the value of the property and make the property more efficient as well. One more thing before we head upstairs. So you see this wiring right here. This used to be an HVAC unit or something like that that was coming out of the house. So something was sitting here before. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but what you can do is reuse this wiring in order to be able to run your new HVAC system into the property. So I got my HVAC guy who's gonna come out. I also got my electrician who's gonna come out. We're gonna rip this stuff off. We're gonna rip all this siding off anyway. There's the circuit breaker box. All of this stuff gotta be rewired. You can see these old wires right here. I don't wanna touch it, but you can see all that old wiring. That stuff is dangerous. It's exposed right now. That needs to be replaced. So we gotta redo that whole thing and put a brand new box up. We might end up putting a box inside the house, but I gotta talk to the electrician to see how we're gonna do that. But yeah, this is the space where the HVAC system is probably gonna end up. That's where the electric is gonna be worked on at. And let's go upstairs to the deck. Let's talk about what we're gonna do up here. All right, so you can see we're on the deck right now. You can hear the birds chirping. You got the dog in the backyard. This is where we at, right? This is a nice deck. I talked to my contractor. All we gotta do is replace all the flooring on the deck. So we'll replace all these planks. I'll probably replace all of this, but we'll keep the joists. The joists are in good shape. The joists are the beams that's holding up the deck itself. Everything else needs to be replaced. So we'll rebuild all of that. Again, we got 2 back doors. We're getting rid of one of them. We're gonna keep this one right here. But at the end of the day, this is a great property. Look at the roof right here. This is how you know the roof needs to be done, right? We need to get that done before it gives us major problems, because I'm sure that's causing some type of water damage. But what do you think this house is gonna cost to rehab? Leave a comment in the comment section. I'm not gonna find out until tomorrow. I do have a general idea. I do have a rehab budget, but I'll go ahead and let you guys know based on your answers below. What do you think this house is gonna cost to rehab inside and out? The house is about 1,200, a little over 1,250 square feet. Base your numbers around that and what I just told you in this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to like it, subscribe, click the notification bell. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Take care.